live shot at 6 and shot some video right there on Matagorda Bay, where you could just see the surf very, very choppy. And as we get closer to when Tropical Storm Nicholas makes landfall, we actually just got that update right around 7 o'clock, and David, Paul, Addison Green, the whole weather team, you know, they're following this closely like all of us, but they're experts. They got an update. And in that update, you know, this Nicholas is expected to be a Category 1 hurricane with winds sustained right around 70 miles per hour when it makes landfall somewhere here in Matagorda County, where specifically, I can assure you, we do not know. But as we pull up here slowly, hold on right here at the stop sign. So earlier, go ahead and pause. All right, so if you look straight ahead, you can see how that power pole is kind of leaning to the right. That was not like that earlier. I can assure you it was straight up, and that's something as, you know, we're driving around, we're paying very close attention to these power lines. Actually, you want to take a right here? Because I think, is that power line down already? Look at this power, I think that power line. So yeah, and this is something we were watching and been paying close attention to, because once that wind is whipping around, you see the power lines kind of bob and weave, and already, you know, Nicholas isn't here yet. We're starting to feel the effects. The pole is actually in the water. Here, you know what? You want to go further down that way, and yeah, we can do that. So, and you know what? The winds it comes and goes. Sometimes it is extremely. I mean, it's moving the car right now. Honestly, it doesn't feel that bad. I'm here with Derek Felton, photojournalist extraordinaire, and we are teaming up here in Palacios. And, you know, if you feel a strong wind gust, move the car around, let me know. All right, so here we are. We got about 1.7 thousand people on right now. I'm going to do my best to answer your questions as I read some of these names and some of these people that are chiming in. First of all, you know, please be safe. At this point, we've kind of already missed that. What's up? Oh, okay. We've already missed that point where you got to get all your stuff to prepare, at least for us here in Palacios. But anyways, let's see. Heading to Galveston now. Get burgers. Okay, reading some of these calm before the storm. Maybe you could call that down. Yeah, you know what? I actually spoke with the PIO of the Palacios Police Department. That's not a terrible idea. Thank you for sending that in. Be safe, Gwendolyn. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Be careful. Hey, Joe Collins Williams. Hello. But here, as we're going to come up slowly on this down power pole. And during our 6 o'clock live shot, this is exactly what I was talking about, and this was a point of concern. Power lines, down power lines, and already, I mean, you see this one here, already down, and it's right there in the water. Something else we've noticed, you know, palm trees, their limbs flying off. We've seen that. I spoke to a gentleman actually earlier, and he said the path of Tropical Storm Nicholas was identical, was the exact same as Carla, which I believe hit in September. He said 1961, so he was just a boy, but he said that there were 10-foot storm surges. So now we're getting closer to where we were earlier. And as you can see off to the left here, the palm trees, you know what? They're starting to whip. And something David Paul said earlier, and it was such a great analogy, a great way to describe what's going on. He said it was a washing machine effect, what the water was doing. So we're pulling up slowly. We're not going to get too close, don't worry. Earlier you could see quite a ways down Matagorda Bay. Now, this is our shot. Not much to see. Jennifer Hall asking, where's this place? Hey, Jennifer Nail, Jennifer Nail Montgomery. For those of you just joining in, Xavier Walton here alongside Derek Felton. We are in Palacios here in Matagorda County. Tropical storm Nicholas is expected to make landfall somewhere in this area. We are not 1,000% sure of where that is. It's going to make landfall, expected to make landfall as a Category 1 hurricane with winds sustained at approximately 70 miles per hour. But as you can see here, we got here at 2:30, and I can tell you the conditions. Over here off to the left, there's a blown down fence already. And you can see some debris here in the streets. But yeah, we just drove by. A fence had already been blown over. And that's sort of the stuff we're going to be seeing out here, I can tell you that. So landfall is expected between 11 and midnight, although we are expected to feel the brunt of this here probably around 10. And right now it is 7:30 and we're already starting to see stuff like this. Another fence down, so that would be the second fence here in just a couple of minutes. As we're driving around Palacios here in Matagorda County. Went by a shop, Lowe's, earlier, and they said they were closing up early. You see pieces of palm trees that have already flown off. And you can just see this, just sheets of rain. I'm not sure how well you can hear it. But here we are heading closer to, I believe this would be downtown Palacios, as we're going over a little piece of a palm tree. And take a look at these signs. They're out right now, just overhead. Carlos said we can hear it, have in-laws who live there. Carlos, I hope your in-laws are going to be okay. And something interesting David Paul said and Derek Felton and I were talking about, you know, the eye is expected to go right over this area, right over, you know, Matagorda Bay. So when that happens, you know, it's gonna get quiet, right? Winds are going to die down because we will be in the eye of this storm, this tropical storm, this hurricane, Cat 1. Came up from the Bay of Campeche and just straddled Mexico and along the Gulf Coast there. Which direction is it heading? I did put my car higher up. Sorry, I'm just reading some of these comments as we're driving around. So we're just in neighborhoods right now, in Palacios. Slow down for a second. See, you kind of see this right here, you know, just parts of palm trees just kind of scattered right here in front of the car. I got to think, wrap, whatever, okay. All right, so it is 7:32. We've been on about 10 minutes. We've been on for 10 minutes now driving around. And already, you know what, we've seen a pair of fences down, and it is not even beginning to be as bad as it will be here in the next several hours. We were going to find a place to hunker down, to be safe. We're going to be bringing live reports starting. I know they're doing cut-ins back at the station for the next several hours, so be sure to stay tuned to KHOU and download all of our download our KHOU app, but then go ahead and sign up for those notifications. But we're going to be live on air at 10 p.m. with a live update, probably at 10:32, 10:30 as well. But we're going to sign off here and kind of regroup and figure out our game plan for this evening. But anyways, thanks for watching. Be safe out there if you're anywhere in any of these areas that are going to be impacted. And remember to heed those warnings if you're in Houston or anywhere in this in Nicholas's track. All right, we're going to sign off now and have a good night. Be safe.